Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Higurashi One Day Cry Chapter 3 Tatarigoroshi. So last time Keiichi was cooking, right? He nearly burnt his house down. But Rika-chan and Satoko was there to save him, and we had a nice heartwarming episode, I suppose, right? And it was very nice. Yes, so let us continue and see what happened today. Okay, I guess we're back in school.
さーて
Mion.
というわけでいよいよお昼の時間が来たね。
Mion gleefully announced the beginning of lunch.
いよいよお昼の時間でしたよ。この中の一人が罰ゲームになるんですわよね。はあ、今日の罰ゲームはちょっと怖いからね。レナ、悪いけど思いっきり真剣に作ってきたよ。
In Rena's case, I don't think she'd lose even if she wasn't taking it seriously. I mean, Rena is the best one, right? When it comes to food. Cooking, I mean.
僕たちもそれぞれに頑張りましたのですよ。
Yeah, so what did Keiichi bring?
今日はさとこもリカちゃんもそれぞれに別々に作ってきた。いつもは2人一緒のお弁当だけど、今日は一緒だと勝負にならないからね。そこは大丈夫ですよ。リカも私もちゃんとそれぞれに用意させていただきましたのよ。わあ、さとこちゃんもリカちゃんも頑張ったんだね。楽しみ楽しみ。ちょっと意外だったのはケイちゃんがちゃんとお弁当を用意できた点かな。
おお。
ケイちゃんもさすがやればできるみたいじゃない。
I scratched my head and gave her a dry smile. My bento today had been made entirely by Satoko last night. It had none of my personality, so there wasn't anything there that they could praise me for.
ケイチ君のお弁当はどんなだろう。はう、楽しみ。
そんな大したものじゃないから期待するなよ。夕べのご飯のお惣菜の残りが詰めてあるだけだし。
お夕食の残り物はお弁当の基本なのですよ。夕べのケイチさんのお夕食も分かって一石二鳥ですわね。
Oh, so they didn't say that they went to Keiichi's house. Was it really better to hide the fact that Satoko came over and made dinner last night? Well, of course it was. If I revealed that I didn't make my own bento, I'd be sure to end up playing the punishment game. Today's punishment game was to stand right in front of the curry. Oh yeah, I forgot. They were gonna stand in front of Chi-sensei, right? And say bad things about the curry. Yes. It wasn't too different from telling someone to jump out of a 100-store window. It was exactly the same as telling someone to die.
でもみーちゃん、今日のお弁当勝負ってどうやって勝敗をつけるのかな。ケイチ君もちゃんと作ってこれたんだから、今日はこれで引き分けで決着なんじゃないのかな。それもそうですわね。昨日の罰ゲームはケイチさんに自炊を促すための葉っぱみたいなものですし、ケイチもちゃんと作ってこれましたから引き分けなのですよ。
My simple bento with last night's leftovers could never have stood up to everyone else's bento that they made to win. I fully understand Satoko and Rika-chan's concern for me as they tried to end the showdown peaceably. Peaceably? However, the club president Mion Sonozaki would not be convinced by something like that.
何を甘っちょろいこと言ってるんだか。白黒つけない灰色勝負なんて絶対ごめん。ぶつかったら決着つけなきゃ。手打ちして引き分けなんてヤクザの世界だけなんだからね。
言うと思ったぜ。勝負好きのミオンが このまま終わらせるわけないよな。
This was bad. At this rate, I was sure to be the sole loser. But, well, I didn't make this bento after all. Maybe I need to resign myself to my inevitable loss.
ではみー、どうやって勝敗を決めますですか？
相互採点じゃ公平な採点にならないからね。ここは公開審査といこうじゃない。みんな全員集合。
Mion commanded everyone who had just started eating using her club president voice.
おじさんたち5人のお弁当を採点してもらうよ。ベスト3までを紙に書いて投票すること。いいかな？
Everyone in class was used to being dragged into Mion's club activities. Yeah, came the energetic voices from here and there. Everyone already knew that the showdown this time involved an utterly fatal punishment game, and they were all very interested in what would happen to whoever lost. Of course, they wanted the thrill of seeing something terrifying.
では、みんないいかな？まずは私から行くよ。それ！
In exaggerated fashion, Mion pulled the lid off her multi-tiered ornate bento box. Multiple cheers of joys erupted at the brilliant sight.
すごいですわね。おせち料理みたいでしたよ。
嘘だ、嘘に決まってる。こんなのどこかの仕出し弁当の中身を移し替えただけに違いない。こんな純日本風な料理をミオンが園崎ミオンが作れるわけがない。
Yeah, either she had made someone do this or she bought this, right?
みーちゃん、このくらいは本気になれば作れるよ。めったに本気にならないけど。
That demon face.
おじさんを誰だと思ってるわけ？時間と材料があるなら満館全席だって再現してみせるよ。
The entire classroom gulped audibly, and everyone wrote down a score in the notepaper in their hand simultaneously. It made sense. Just the visual impact would give her a perfect score.
じゃあ次はレナのお弁当行ってみようか。レナもかなり料理は得意だからね。
レナのお弁当はいつも食卓の花なのですよ。みんなありがとね。じゃあレナのお弁当も公開するね。
Dude, I wish we could see. I wish there were pictures though to show us what they actually made. Rena's bento was a beautiful mix of the two colors of eggs and minced meat, and 2 was a bento staple, the Soboro bento. She had been through with the side dishes as well, and they were abundant in number. She had spent more time than usual on it, but it was unassumingly and truly nonchalant. One couldn't ignore the household warmth in it that Mion's bento lacked.
さすがですわね。これは高得点が期待できましたよ。
さすが。厳しめに見ても減点の余地は全くないね。相変わらず見事。
Once again, every one of the judges wrote a score on their notepaper at the same time. There seemed to be some who were revising their opinions when they compared it to Mion's score too. The whole classroom seemed split between Mion and Rena. And on everyone's face it was clear that they all wanted to be tasting them rather than scoring them.
では続いて僕たちなのです。
So is Rika? Okay. Rika and Satoko.
では公開するでございますわよ。
Keiichi's gonna lose. Come to think of it, Satoko and Rika-chan ate with me last night at my house. It was impressive that they still made a bento. Both their bentos were clearly lacking compared to Mion's artfulness and Rena's perfection. However, because of that, you could sense from them how hard they worked. The toppings were a little on the rough side, but you could still feel that they tried their hardest. It made you feel a little biased so that you'd give them more points. A few people struck by just at once again and revised their opinions and wrote it in the scores on their note paper.
さとこもリカちゃんもよく今日のお弁当を用意できたもんだな。レナやミオンの出来には確かに劣るかもしれないけど、それを考えるとかなりすごいことだぜ。
Sadako and Rika-chan glanced at each other and grinned happily.
実は内緒でございますのよ。くにょくにょくにょくにょ。
Okay. What? What? When Sadako told me I broke off from the others and secretly looked for my classmates' bento boxes, there were Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun's bento boxes. I took a quick peek inside and half the contents were missing, so they stole from those little boys, okay? Not bad. In the end, Satoko and Rika-chan hadn't made any bento today. A bold move, they got Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun to share their bentos with it. I mean, these were the two boys that had a crush on Satoko and Rika-chan.
おい、富田君、岡村君、何を条件に買収された？
いきなり何ですか、前原さん。私たちがいつ何を買収されたって言うんですか。
そうっすよ。別にさとこたちに水やり当番を代わってもらうくらいで弁当を半分なんか。
Curse you, Satoko. What an impudent trick. Satoko grinned, showing her fang-like canines, and laughed in triumph.
あら、これはケイチさんに学ばせてもらった技ですのよ。なのです。
How naive, buying them out with watering duty alone. They're men if you're going to buy them out. You need to use them, or you need to use something a lot spicier than that. For example, like giving them 3 tickets to walk Satoko and Rika-chan around like dogs all day with them on all fours, wearing tails and with leashes around their necks. Hell no. What? Whoa, that might be enough to get me to do anything. As I was lost in my wild fantasies, Mion clapped me on the shoulder and called me back to reality. Damn, it was just getting good.
さて、次はいよいよケイちゃんのお弁当だね。ケイちゃんの昨日の予告だとかなりのものが期待されるけど、実際はどうなのかな。
ケイチくんってやるときにはやる人だからね。レナ、今日はとっても楽しみにしてたんだよ。
They're all looking forward to it. But it's really just leftovers from dinner last night. I didn't even make it either. How was that supposed to stand up to Mion and Rena and the others?
もうやけだ。見て驚くなよ。
I tore the lid off my bento box. There weren't very many cheers. Well, I guess there wouldn't be. Why are you laughing?
ケイチくんも精一杯頑張ったんだね。レナはその頑張りわかるよ。
レナ、無理に褒めなくていいぞ。
どんな具合ですの？ケイチさんにしては頑張ってる方ですの？
まあ頑張りは認めてあげたいけどね。勝負は非常だしね。
Mion's cold, mean laugh. It was like it spoke for everyone's opinion just like that.
ケイチくん、初挑戦なのにこんなに上手に作れたんだよ。みんなもっともっと評価してあげてもいいと思うんだけどな。 でも勝負は非常なのです。
さーてケイちゃん、採点結果を集計する前に何か申し開きがあるなら聞いておくけど。
It's either gonna be Kei-chan. I was gonna say Keiichi losing, or it's gonna be a different result, right? We're gonna be like, oh, or Mian losing.
申し開きってなんだよ。
Maybe no one voted for Mian because she's like this.
ケイちゃんがここで何かを訴えることでわずかな得点加算が望めるかもしれないってこと。何しろ今日の勝負はビリでさえなければいいんだから、うまくすればなんとか罰ゲームから逃れることができるかもよ。
それって兄、ケイイチさんのお弁当がビリって言ってるのと同じことでしたよ。
別におじさん、誰の弁当がビリなんて言ったつもりはないんだけどな。
Mion cackled repulsively. In contrast, Sadako's smile was growing somewhat awkward. Oh, right. This bento was filled with the last night's side dishes. That means it was basically a bento that Satoko made. And Mion outright said it would come in last place.
みーちゃん、ちょっと意地悪だよ。
Okay, it's gonna be really funny if no one voted for Mion because she's like that. She's being very mean.
ケイイチくんがかわいそう。
レーナ、ケイちゃんも今日の弁当勝負は負けられないってあらかじめ知ってたんだよ。それを承知で昨日あれだけの大見栄を切ったんだからさ、甘やかす必要なんて全然ないと思うけどな。ねえ、さとこ。
ええ、そうですわね。それでこのざまなんですから笑っちゃいましたよ。あははは。ちょっとさとこちゃん、笑うなんていけないんだよ。だってちゃんちゃらおかしくて笑ってしまうようなお弁当でしたよ。こんなお惣菜屋さんで買ってきたようなおかず、本当に幻滅もいいところでしたよ。
ほら、これなんか缶詰を開けただけだよね。こっちのキュウリは包丁が通ってなくて綺麗に切れてないし。ケイちゃん、包丁とか全然扱ったことないでしょ。経験不足が明らかなんだよね。
経験不足もいいところでございましたよ。
彩りもかなり単調。こればかりはセンスのなさに呆れるね。
そりゃ弁当箱に食い物を詰めるなんて初めての経験だし、多少見栄えが悪いのは仕方が。
ケイちゃん、弁当箱への詰め方以前のレベルなの。富田、岡村、
Oh.
解説。
Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun were chosen from our many underclassmen. Tomita-kun quickly adjusted his glasses and took a step forward.
前原さんのお弁当に致命的な欠点、それは彩りなんです。ご存知の通り、あらゆる色彩の根底には三原色と呼ばれる配色が存在します。つまりバランスよく配色を求めるなら、白、黒を除いても3色は必要なのです。
しかるに前原さんのお弁当は白黒を除いた場合、暗緑色しか残らないんですよ。
Dark green? No one will want to eat it if you describe it like that. I had forgotten. Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun had been bought out by Rika-chan and Satoko, so they were trying their hardest to let them win and make me lose, weren't they? What a strong wills they have. It was charming if only because they were working so hard despite having been bought out.
おかずも心のこもらないお惣菜や缶詰ばかり。
つまり前原さんのお弁当にはお弁当の三大要素、愛、心、 味のうち2つも欠けていると断言できるのです。
The classroom, convinced by the education of the mystery they were truly baffled with, raised mysterious groans of admiration.
愛もなければ心もない。決まったね、前原圭一。
ちょっと冷たいけど、でもこれを機に圭一くんもお料理の楽しさに気づいてくれればいいのかなそんなことより罰ゲームが僕以外なら何でもいいのですよ。
Rena was giving a dry while smile as well.
決まりましたわね、圭一さん。罰ゲームは圭一さんで決まりですのよ。
She laughed in such a vile manner, but she didn't look like she meant it. I knew that Satoko was speaking ill of a bento that she's practically made herself in front of the whole classroom, and I could tell how painful that laughter was. Okamura-kun said before that this bento lacked spirit, but among all the bento laid out here today, there wasn't a single one with as much spirit as this one. This meal that she made for me yesterday, in such a good mood, though it looked like she was in a bad one, I won't let it end with this slander.
さて、ビリの圭一さん、そろそろおとなしく負けを認めなさいませ。
ちょっと待ってもらおうか。
Yeah, we haven't seen the votes yet, though. When he began to speak in a low voice, the expressions of all the members club changed. Mion clicked her tongue. This man was baring his fangs at the last moment again.
俺の弁当の敗因は心がないから。そういう解説だったな。
Wait, did he say it though? Not yet, right?
間違いないな、岡村君。
Okamura-kun, who had suddenly been placed in the spotlight, looked flustered for a moment, but immediately he stammered and replied that I was right.
心の定義は何だ？黒か？
Is this the first time we're seeing Keiichi like this? I think it's the first time, right? Wow.
努力か？汗か涙か？その結晶か？ならば、俺の手に残るこの火傷は何の評価になるんだ？
圭一くん、それ油が跳ねた火傷？
Great. The burn marks from when I almost caused a fire yesterday looked just like I was having a ton of trouble cooking. I could clearly tell that the classroom was forced to acknowledge the effort I put into it.
おお、自らの料理の下手さによる失敗をさも努力の痕跡であるかのように見せるとは。
I like how different the expressions the girls have. Look at Mion, Rena, and Rika.
やはりこの男、油断ならない。
そうだ、俺は下手だ。昨日大見えを切ったのが情けなくなるくらいに料理が下手だ。だが逃げなかった。戦った。そしてこの成果を出した。それは心じゃないのか？どうなんだ？
レナは認めてあげたいな。挑戦する心が評価されなかったら誰も前に進めない。
The girls in the class started to nod in agreement. Okay, the tables are turning. But Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun, bought out by the objects of their unrequited affection, weren't about to lose either. They shifted to the counterattack, clearly exceeding the price they were paid.
なるほど。前原さんの気持ちはわかります。ですがね、心だけで料理が決まるんだったらこの世にコックはいらないんですよ。
そうっすよ。心を込めて頑張りましたって言ってコックが消し炭みたいなハンバーグを持ってきたらそれにお金を払います？払わないですよね。つまりそういうことなんです。
That's right, that's how it goes. The male students took Tomita and Okumura aside. They did have a point.
でも心尽くしなんだぞ。たとえ真っ黒のハンバーグが出てきたにせよ、それを作ってくれた母の苦労を知るなら俺は食う。完食してみせる。
Clap, clap, clap. This time, the female students in class took my side. Good. Good, now we're even.
そもそもお弁当というのは愛情を食事の形として昇華させたもので、
それは相手に伝わって初めて意味があるんです。前原さんのお弁当からはそれが伝わりますか？いいえ、僕には伝わりません。ひどい。
The girls in the class began to boo loudly at his remark. Now even Okomura-san was panicking.
静粛に静粛に。傍観人は発言を慎むように。
裁判長、俺はここでこの弁当にどれだけの心が込められているかについて料理学の権威竜宮レナ氏の証言を求めます。
レナはこのお弁当には心がこもってると思うな。
I mean, Rena's gonna say that. She likes Keiichi. Yes.
確かに稚拙なところは多いかもしれないけど、でもお料理は上辺だけじゃないと思うの。
The girls in the class again gave cries of support as they all applauded. Yes. In response, all the men in the class began to boo.
裁判長
Guys, you're biased, so shut up.
前原さんと竜宮さんの意見は極めて感情的で一般常識としてかけ離れています。採用するには不適切です。
静粛に静粛に。検察側の反証を認めます。どうぞ。
例えば本件をお弁当ではなく誕生日のプレゼントだと置き換えて考えてみます。例えば誕生日の日に私富田が手編みのセーターをもらったとする。そして彼岡村は図書券を1万円分もらったとする。
Okay. That felt strangely real. Was it actually just an example?
常識的に考えてどちらに心がこもっているかは明白です。つまり手編みのセーター、これはお弁当に言い換えれば手作りのおかずが相当する。そして単なる金券に過ぎない図書券はお金で買うもの、すなわち無味簡素な缶詰に相当する。
The boys and girls all began to argue amongst themselves about presents. They were all talking about what they received as presents in the past. Damn. Tomita-kun, he changed the subject to something that could easily grab everyone's attention, so not bad. I'll lose the initiative at this rate.
意義あり。本件はお弁当の心について問うものです。誕生日のプレゼントという特殊な状況とは全く異なります。
却下します。検察側続けなさい。
Damn.
さて、ここで大事なのは送り手の心と受け手の心は全く違うという点です。皆さんの目の前に実際に手作りのちょっと左右の丈の崩れてるセーターと1万円分の図書券が置かれていて、どっちがいいと聞かれたらどっちを取ります？
I mean, I guess a lot of people would choose, the money. The gift certificate, I mean.
図書券でしょ。
Yes.
1万円ですよ、1万円。
Why is he saying it like this, though?
コミックスが何冊買えるか計算できますか？十数巻程度の単行本なら即座にフルコンプ可能です。
What? 10 volumes is only like 10. How much is 10,000 yen, by the way? How much is that? Maybe like a couple hundred. Wait, is it at least $100?
愉快で面白おかしい漫画が何十冊。これによって癒される心の至福とセーターでは比べ物にならないのです。
But if manga is expensive, yeah, manga is kind of expensive, right? The boys unanimously praised that with applause. Materialistic brats. But all guys that age are like that. Even I would choose a gift certificate over the sweater in that case. Hey, wait, weren't you guys the ones who said it was about love, spirit, and taste right at the start? Since when did taste trump all? That's the stance they were taking now.
以上より送り手の心と受け手の心には何の因果関係もないことが立証されたと思います。つまり前原さんがどれだけ苦労してお弁当を作ろうとも、それは私たち受け手が採点に手心を加えるものにはなり得ないのです。
それは詭弁だぞ富田君。心は確かにある。それが伝わるかどうかは受け手の問題だ。
そうよそうよ。
味が全てだ。
女の敵。
なんだと。
Ah, now the courtroom is in chaos. But I can't allow myself to lose. And not only to avoid the punishment game, but also to protect Satako's honor.
さて、弁護側は今のに何か反論はある？
Slowly and strongly, I nod and step up to the dais. Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun, do you two really think you can beat me with mere words?
今検察側は送り手の心とは無関係に評価が行われると言いました。それに間違いはありませんね。
At some point, I began speaking formally.
そうです。前原さんがどんなに苦労して作ったお弁当でもその苦労は評価の対象にはなり得ない。
では検察側に尋ねます。私前原が今日の自分の弁当としてこのお弁当とコンビニ弁当を並べたら、その評価はどちらも同じものなのですか？
The prosecution hesitated to speak. Got you.
そう、手作りの弁当とコンビニ弁当では全く比較にならないのです。どんなにひどい手作り弁当であっても、ただ買ってきただけのコンビニ弁当とでは比べ物にならないほどの心が込められている。そしてそれは評価されている。つまり手作りによる心はちゃんと受け手に伝わってるのです。それを認めよう。
Boom! With those impactful words drawn in the air behind me, I pointed my finger. The girls led by Rena broke into applause. Some of the boys were admitting it too.
認めます。
認めましたね。認めましたね。では次にコンビニ弁当にはなぜ心がないかについて移りましょう。そもそも弁当で伝える心とは何なのか。
意義あり。前原さんは抽象表現で法廷を煙に巻こうとしています。
却下します。面白そうだから最後まで聞くように。
Got him. Now I'll show you two the difference between us.
裁判長、ここでフルで理科賞証人として喚問したいと思います。
Even for Rika-chan, that must have seemed like a bolt from the blue. There's no doubt that she never dreamed the point of my spear would be aiming at her. But Rika-chan? He said it before, for this showdown, it doesn't
フ
matter.
ルでリカさん、あなたの今日のお弁当は実によくできていますね。美味しそうです。
みえ
Yes, Sadako and Rika-chan's bentos has been made of half Tomita-kun's and Okamura-kun's. The prosecutor's faces turned pale, but they were too late.
レナ、岡村君の弁当箱を持ってきてくれないか。
うんいいよ。
裁判長、本件に僕のお弁当は何の関係もありません。
却下します。
裁判長、この岡村君の弁当箱を証拠品として提出します。見よ、この中身を。
半分しか入っていないね。
半分かどうかじゃないでしょう。もっとよく見てください。ほら、
全く同じ内容だ。
裁判長、見ての通りです。フルでリカ氏のお弁当は岡村君の盗品。そんなものに心がこもってるわけがない。
いや、これは単なる偶然で。
もう明白でしょう。心とは送り手と受け手のキャッチボール。ならば弁当箱はボールに当たるのです。そして本来このお弁当は彼、岡村君の母親から息子に託されたものだから、この弁当箱に詰まった心は彼、岡村君にしか受けられない。それを割り込んで奪ったら、もうそれに心はないのです。
Dun 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 dun! Yay, that did it!
あれそうなの？リカちゃん、そうなの？みー
She's shy.
ニパー
なるほどね。
Mio and the judge folded her arms and began to hum. I couldn't even take a guess as to what Mion was laughing about. Frankly, I didn't know whether I would win or lose.
よし、判決の前に主文からにしようかね。
The entire classroom quieted. Okay.
まず被告前原圭一の弁当が客観的評価として非常に出来の悪いものであるのは間違いない。それはこうしてみんなの採点の集計結果が物語ってるからね。でもケイちゃんの言う通り、料理は味だけじゃない。心もまた隠し味として認められるべきだよね。でもそれは得点評価で言えば小数点以下。本当に微細なもので、その出来具合の評価を改めるには至らない。さて、ここでそもそもの今日の弁当勝負の原点を探りたい。そもそも今日の勝負は何が大前提なのか。そう、被告前原圭一が自炊できるか否かが問題になり、その成果を測るために催されたものだった。
そうだよ。圭一くんはちゃんと作ってきたよ。
That stung my conscience a bit, but for the showdown, it didn't matter.
ならばこの勝負の大前提は自炊、すなわち手作りであるか否かだよね。でもリカちゃんはそれを怠ったとなると、それすなわち失格ってことになるのかな。
ニパー
Rika-chan let out a nipa, looking as though she had prepared herself for this outcome.
悪く思うなよ、リカちゃん。部活は非常なのだ。
さすが圭一なのです。最後の最後まで頑張りましたですよ。
Rika-chan demanded I lower my head, then she petted.
というわけでこれにて一件落着。今日のビリはフルで理科。
The miraculous turnaround. And last place went to Rika-chan, the one everyone had least expected. The whole classroom went wild.
よくもこんなひどいお弁当でビリを免れましたのね。
Sadako looked at me hatefully, but spoke in a vague kind of voice.
ビリになんかなるわけないだろ。この弁当のどこにビリになる要素があるってんだ。
だってこんな出来の悪いお惣菜や缶詰ばかりでセンスもなくて、それから
Sadako was speaking more and more poorly of herself as time went on, so I roughly grabbed her head and began to stroke it.
言ったろ。心が大事だって。この弁当は上辺だけじゃない。いろんな味に溢れてるんだぜ。
でも心だけじゃありませんのよ。
Okay, sorry, I accidentally clicked it sometimes. Okay, there we go.
お味なんて全然変で。
どこが変なんだ。俺はうまい。うまかった。だから詰めてきた。本当に夕べの飯がまずかったら詰めてなんか来ないぞ。食パンと牛乳パックを持って登校してくる。
でも
Oh, just shut up already. I caressed her head, swinging it from side to side. At some point, Rena had come up behind us. She was giggling to herself. That was the face of someone who had known everything from the beginning.
いつ頃から俺が作ったんじゃないって気づいてた。
圭一くんがやけどを見せてくれた時かな。だって圭一くんのお弁当に油で炒めるおかずなんか入ってないし。レナさんは何か誤解してるではございませんの？私は別に何も。あれ？このお弁当さとこちゃんが作ったんじゃないんだ。じゃあやっぱり圭一くんの手作りなのかな。じゃあ圭一くんの手作りなんだね。
Rena smiled roguishly and turned from Satoko to me.
きゅうりとかを切るときは包丁をほらこんな感じで引くの。彩りなんかはね、お野菜を上手に加えるといろいろ表現ができるんだよ。
This lecture was clearly not meant for me.
でも前に見せてもらった時よりもずっと上達してたよ。ちゃんとお勉強してるんだね。きっとこの調子ならもっともっと上手にお料理が作れるようになるよ。
She continued saying words clearly meant for Satoko while facing me instead. Satoko was wearing an ambiguous look and couldn't even nod her head at her.
とにかく誰が何と言おうと俺は今日の弁当を気に入ってるんだ。今日ばかりは誰にも分けないからな。俺が一人で全部食う。
あ、ケチなんだ。レナも食べてみたいな。
As we were going back and forth, Satoko rubbed her eyes as though she was drowsy, then announced to Mion and everyone else.
私も実は富田さんにお弁当を分けてもらいましたの。
バカ北条、なんて言っちゃうんだよ。
If she'd kept it a secret, then at least she would have been saved. Tomite-kun looked at her with an expression filled with regret and surprise.
そうだったの？本当？
ありゃ。
Mion spun her finger around, then pointed to the hallway, sentencing Satoko to the punishment game as well. Satoko left the classroom behind her completely prepared as though she was going to Rika-chan on an errand.
理科だけに行かせられませんわ。地獄の底までお付き合いしましてよ。そんなとこまでついてこなくていいのですよ。まったく圭一さんも闇ですわね。 理科だけを晒し者にするなんて本当に意地悪な人でございますこと。
I didn't mean. I couldn't just return Sadako's kindness with malice.
ね、本当にサトコはおバカさんなのですよ。
Rika-chan spoke so that only I could hear her grinning happily.
ではそろそろ行きましてよリカ。罰ゲームも部活メンバーの務めでございますわ。
Sadako seemed awfully happy, not frustrated in the slightest, like she always was when she lost. Damn, Rika-chan's right after all. Everyone here is a moron.
ミオ、俺も白状するぞ。今日の弁当は俺が作ったんじゃない。
Everyone is saying it now. I mean,
俺も同じだ。だから行ってくるぞ。罰ゲーム。
ケイちゃんまで？どうなってんの？
what was the point of them arguing earlier?
頑張ってね。罰ゲーム。救急箱を用意して待ってるからね。
あらかじめ救急車の手配を頼む。場合によっては霊柩車だな。
Leaving a bewildered Mion and a happily smiling Rena behind in the classroom, I went into the hallway.
何やってるんですの？せっかく買ってたのに。わざわざ罰ゲームに名乗りを上げるなんて物好きにも程があるでございましたよ。
そうだな。物好きにも程があるぜ。
まったく今日の罰ゲームを甘く見すぎですのよ。私たちならともかく圭一さんじゃ大変なことになってしまうかもしれませんわね。肋骨の1本や2本の覚悟は終わりでしょうね。
肋骨は痛そうだな。俺痛いのはダメなんだ。
圭一さんはおとなしく私の相槌を打っているんですのよ。私と理科でうまくやりますから。まったく罰ゲームの面倒まで私が見なくちゃダメなんて。まったく。
I already knew that her pouting behavior was a sign that she was actually in a really good mood, so it made me want to smile.
なあ、俺さ、野菜炒めが食いたいんだけど、さとこ作れるか？
まあ頑張ればできないことはありませんわよ。上手に作れますですよ。さとこの野菜炒めは大好きなのです。
She was uneasy at first, but when she got assurance from Rika-chan, she turned back and looked at me with once more confident eyes.
じゃあ決まりだな。今日学校が終わったらいろいろ買い物に行こうぜ。俺じゃあ何を買えばいいのか全然わかんないし。
それもそうですわね。圭一さんじゃスーパーでお買い物なんてまだまだ早いでしょうし、私が見てなければ不安ですからね。そのさとこも僕が見てないと間違えたお買い物をしちゃうんじゃないかと不安なのです。リカ
The conversation continued as we walked until we arrived before the door to the teacher's lounge.
さて、罰ゲームなんかちゃっちゃと済ませて、今晩の献立の話でもしようぜ。
Rika-chan gleefully grabbed onto my arm. In turn, I pulled Satoko to me, grabbing her shoulder with my other hand.
死ぬときゃみんな一緒だぜ。誰も一人でなんか死なせない。
みんなで一緒です。誰も一人でなんか死なせないのです。不謹慎な話ですがね。私はそんな物騒なのごめんですわよ。
She may have sounded annoyed, but she was so happy it was gonna make me blush.
よし、この扉一枚向こうは死後の世界だぞ。みんなで戻るぞ。みんなでだ。
ええ、みんなでですわよ。では行きますわよ。
Slam! We open a doorway to the world of death. Oh, she's eating curry. Look. How do I check this? Like there, look, there's curry there. And like she did every day, just as the sun rose in the eastern sky, G-sensei was eating curry for lunch. He was store-bought, but she made a point of eating a different brand every day.
あら、前原くんに古出さんに北条さん、どうかしましたか?
And we're gonna break her heart. She appeared to be in the middle of a moment of supreme bliss, her mouth full of her beloved curry. And we were to pick a fight with her. What a crime this punishment game would be. However, it was what we had to do, for that was the rule of our club. The three of us held each other's shoulders slightly once more.
じゃあ行くぜ。いいか。
いいかじゃありませんわ。圭一さんはおとなしくしてるんですのよ。すべて私と理科でやりますから。私に今だけ命をお預け遊ばせ。ファイト、おーですよ。あなたたち？ん？
We could see 2 or 3 question marks popping up above the head of our teacher. Alright, Satoko. This is the only time I'll trust you with my life. Because I'll be shutting my eyes slightly and only thinking about what we'll be having for dinner. I'm leaving it to you. Satoko inhaled deeply. And so...
やーい。カレー独身貴族、ニンニク臭いぞ。
She's dead. It turned grim and she's gone. What was that? My god. Okay. So yeah, I guess we'll take a break here for now. That was a nice... They did this slice of life things. I truly enjoy them all the time, not gonna lie. Like I keep saying it even when we played the second chapter. But it was just fun, yeah. It's just fun, feel good stuff because yeah, we're having like scary stuff later on in the chapters, right? And it's nice having this one. Even though for a little while, a couple episodes, and then later on when Tomitake and Takano arrives and tells us about Watanagashi again, everything's gonna go messed up again, right? But we'll see. So yes, I guess let's see what happens next episode as we finish this one. Keiichi's going home, right? Let's see what's in store for this chapter. I guess this like for chapters like for example this game, right? We have for example chapter 3, right? We got chapter 1, we got chapter 2, chapter 3 on and on. Usually they're like 2 parts, like this one. We were doing the BENTO stuff, right? And then it ended, and then we shift to the next one. So let's just see what happens, right? So yeah, anyways, we're gonna continue this and do more of Higurashi, One Day Cry, Chapter 3, Tatarigoroshi in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye-bye.